Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Lunar New Year 2025 to 2026 Wood Snake Year. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, danehartguidedmessages.com. It's listed in the description box below, as is my email address if you would like to email me. Now, I hope you like the new setup. It is still me. I know people like to see my tattoo to make sure. And now we are going to clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Gemini, let us see what the tarot has to say for the wood snake year, the green snake year. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. I feel like this one has to come forward. Angels, okay, and spirit guides. Ooh, the Hierophant has been liking to come up this year. Okay, the Ace of Cups. So we have the Two of Swords, the Hierophant, the Ace of Cups, angels, and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Oh, gosh. Okay. The Hangman, the Page of Swords, the Six of Cups, angels, and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Ooh, this is quite a bit. All right. So we have the Devil. We have the Ten of Swords. Oh, I like that. Oh, and we have the Empress, the Seven of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, let me just make sure that you can see this all. I do apologize for any shadows that come while I check. All right. All right, I really like this reading. This year is so fascinating to me. So, the wood snake year. Now, we're entering into a new elemental cycle. So, the elemental cycle of the Lunar New Year's, it begins with, I'm just going to tell you them. So, the wood produces into fire. Okay, fire generates earth. Earth produces metal. Metal produces water, and then water produces wood. So we are at a beginning of an elemental cycle, right, for the lunar year and the Lunar New Year. And we have here the Two of Swords. We are going to see the world opening to us in a way that we always saw things rather black and white, right? You can walk this path, you can walk this path. You can do A or you can do B. You can go left, you can go right. You could be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, right? Those type of things. Like, that's what success looks like. We're turning that on its head. We are seeing ourselves during this time and we're saying, yeah, you could do A, yeah, you could do B. But what about like the whole entire library that's before me? What about expansion? What about thinking outside of the box? What about opening the doors? We are going to see during this year that we are looking at paths we never thought of walking, or that we only dreamt of, or we had a passion for XYZ, right? And we thought, oh, but it had to look this way. It had to be packaged like this, and it had to look like that, and it could only be like this. It could only be like that, right? We are not going to be walking the traditional path during this year, but we are going to be walking in the tradition that is right for us. And that is where the Hierophant comes in. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. time frame, April 20th to May 20th. If we're born on the cusp with Taurus, if we have Taurus energy in our chart this year, it's going to come out very powerfully and very big. So be aware of that. If we have Taurus energies in our lives, they're going to play a bigger role. But this is also a tradition, okay? Taurus energy, represented by the Hierophant, represents the Pope in the major arcana. That's tradition, right? And what we're going to see here is that we're looking at tradition and we're saying, that is the way you do it, but this is the way it needs to be done for me. I've been using the example of the wheel. It was a huge marvel when people discovered the wheel, right? Discovered that they could carve a wheel out of stone. It was an even bigger marvel, and it happened centuries later when people were like, oh, you can take that stone wheel and make it out of wood. We are not going to be inventing the wheel. We're not going to be inventing anything that is revolutionary. What we are going to be doing is taking things that already exist and using them in revolutionary ways, using ideas in revolutionary ways. People will be saying, oh, I have this idea. Look at these blueprints. I just can't make it work. We can see how it can work. We can see how to put things together in ourselves. Sorry, I'm getting excited. I do apologize. I tend to go faster as Spirit talks faster, and I get excited, so do bear with me. With the Hierophant, we are going to be seeing that we open up doors to ourselves. We have ideas coming forward, and all of a sudden we start to walk in the traditions that we were born for. You know, it can be the traditions of our generational people here on this earthly plane now. It can be the traditions of our past life self coming together, coming into a conglomeration where you're like, I don't even know how this is inspired. I don't even know, how this is coming forward, but I know that I'm guided, and I want to see how this unwraps. I want to see how I can walk this journey. And that leads us to the Ace of Cups. Lead with your heart. Now, I do know that it's a Gemini energy to be a little bit afraid of leading with the heart. We are air sign energy all about the brain, right? All about the mind. We are coming through as a student of our mind during this year. We are also coming through during this year of looking at things as being a student, saying, well, let me discover. I don't know, but I'd like to learn is going to be something that will be a very advantageous catchphrase for us during this year. It's like, I don't know, but I want to learn. I don't know, but I want to discover. And with the Ace of Cups, holding forward what you love, what you're passionate about, letting your heart guide you, moving forward in kindness and respect, that's going to be everything. That's going to be what sets us apart. And then we're looking at the Hangman. By letting our heart come forward, by looking at the traditions of ourselves and the essence of what we want, we also, and this is also the major arcana marriage card, right? With the Hierophant. Now, it doesn't mean everybody's getting married, right? Like in Blue and Bingo, we're getting married type of thing. I just think that's adorable. But it is a sense of, what am I committing myself to? What are the commitments that are coming forward this year that are going to be celebrated within my life for myself, that I am making long-lasting and very powerful commitments to move me forward in what I want? And it has us here looking at our heart, right? The Ace of Cups, the gift of the Holy Grail, what is most sacred and most powerful to our heart, guiding us forward. And then the Hangman, we look at everything differently. And it can be painful and it can be uncomfortable, right? Because hanging upside down is never like the most comfortable of things. But it's also the sense of, I release myself from having to see things anybody else's way. And I move forward in an understanding that is liberating and empowering and deeply personal. And as we do so, we become the student. We become the student of our hearts, of what we desire, of what we want, of where we need to be, of cutting through doubts and fears. But we also start to become the student again of our voice and letting our voice be heard and letting ourselves be empowered. And as we do that, the Six of Cups comes forward. Now, the Six of Cups is also the sense of healing a lot of pain from the past, but it is also picking up the most beautiful things from the once upon a times. It can be the stories of our past. It can be stories that inspired us. It can be, things that we have always wanted to embrace and embody. And we move forward towards that love, towards that happily, and they all live happily ever after idea of life. And we know now, because we're older, right, that it's not perfect. And we have the devil coming into play right after that. So we've been through stuff, we've seen things. And the devil is Capricorn energy, December 22nd to January 19th. And the devil is also very much the energy of the here and the now. So if you have Capricorn energy in your chart, if you have Capricorns in your life, they will play a powerful role during this year. But it's also the sense that I am releasing myself from the fear of chaos. Remember, the devil is the conglomerate and the combination of all the chaos gods. It is the biggest baddie that we can possibly think of, and is what is out of our control. And even if we move in kindness, bad things still happen to good people, right? So here we look at the chaos within the world, and we look at the chaos within ourselves, but we are not ruled by the fear of it. So with the 10 of Swords coming into play, this is overwhelming of thought. This can be, this can be feeling, like mountains made out of molehills. I don't know how, things become so intense or so overwhelmed. And then with the 10 of Swords, there is a sense of 10 years or 10 months, a count of 10 betrayals that have happened to us, 10 ways that we felt like our voice was taken away, and now we are finding it again. This year, this wood snake year, which is all about this green snake year, wealth and regrowth and prosperity, is all about us being a student of our mind and our voice and ourselves. And as we are going to see that the Empress comes in. We are reborn, the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new, the Empress, the empowerment, the embodiment of what we desire. We can also see us giving birth, figuratively or physically, to what we truly want in life. But we are going to see ourselves creating, opening up the door, breaking forward in our mind, and embracing something so much bigger than we thought we could be a part of. We were afraid of truly creating, okay? And now this is a year where we are called to truly create, not just in sacred feminine energy, but by harnessing that sacred feminine energy, however we identify the energy within us, and letting ourselves move forward, meaning that it is time to be a part of creation. Whether that is, creating through art, creating through science, creating through, connection with nature, it doesn't really matter. And it brings us then to the 7 of Cups. It brings us to ideas and dreams coming forward, questions to be answered, passions to be seen. And we are taking our dreams out of the closet, out of the corner, out of a place of, well, you just can't do that now. And we're saying, oh yes, I can. And it brings us to the 6 of Wands, celebration, success, prosperity, and the 8 of Cups. I choose me. I choose me. And as I choose me, I release what no longer fits, what's no longer right. When you have clothes in your closet that you're like, oh, well, when I am that size again, I'll look fantastic. Or, I just have to wait for it to be like, just look like me again, but it never does. It's like, this is a time for that closet clear out. This is the time of, I'm letting it go and I'm choosing me. And as I choose me, I walk forward empowered and emboldened and connected. And we're seeing paths we never thought we could walk, or we never even thought of coming forward. This is going to be a time where we're inspired. Like, keep a notebook by you, keep the notes app open on your phone. Let yourself connect, because and jot it down, because you're going to have like ideas come into your head, or like somebody say like, oh, why don't you do XYZ? And you're going to be like, is that even a job? Is that even a thing? And then it just changes everything. And you're like, well, why the heck not? So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly, angels. Ooh, this is the crow. Okay, so here we have the crow, and it says, universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality. You're seeing things with so much more honesty, integrity, insight, understanding. You're seeing things so much more true for you. And it can be scary, right? The crow is not always seen as the nicest of birds. But have you ever seen a crow or a raven really close up? They're beautiful. They're also astoundingly clever birds. And we are afraid, and so we don't take in the beauty. It's so much easier to look at a hummingbird and see the beauty than it is to look at the crow. So here, what we are going to see is beauty in what has scared us, or what has felt uncomfortable harnessing the power of before within us. And then we're going to be making a commitment to ourselves to walk the path of what our heart is truly craving, because we've been afraid of it before. It moves us then to our chakra energy for this year. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, I love it that it's peace. This is the crown chakra, and it is crowning ourselves with peace, with harmony. So I highly recommend tapping the top of your head, doing it right now. It is such a relaxing thing to do. And I know people say, like, you haven't made up tapping. I know I haven't made up tapping. It's been around like forever. My mom used to do this with me when I was really little to help if I was upset or overwhelmed. And, why not utilize it? So here it is the crown chakra. It is peace. And it is visualizing, taking, unwrapping a beautiful crown and putting that crown of peace on our head, moving in peace, releasing anger and frustration. So tapping our crown chakra at the top of our head, massaging the C7 at the base of our neck. So that little bump at the base of our neck, tapping our tailbone, tapping our kidneys, releasing anger, releasing frustration, doing meditations, breathing exercises, embracing peace for us. And as we embrace peace, we are empowered. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of for this year. So just as we're told to embrace love, right? To let our heart shine, it's embracing peace. It's like if you start to feel a lot of resistance around something, it's like let it kind of flow over you like water, which sounds so easy to say. And it is so hard to do, especially if you're in a heightened stress time. So do be kind to yourself as well. Let yourself open your heart to what you truly need. So let's see here what to be mindful of this year. And that is the Prince of Cups. Very interesting. So the Prince of Cups is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But it's wanting to move too fast in the realms of what you love. Or somebody saying, oh, well, you should, you love it. You should do this. You should do that. You should push, push, push. You need to slow down. You need to embrace what you love. And you need to move at your pace, not anybody else's. That's going to be really, really important. This can also be bullying emotional energy, where it's kind of like, oh, but I should love this person, or I should love this, right? It's kind of like getting that job where you walk in and it's kind of like almost a visceral reaction on your first day where it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done this. But the pay is good and everybody's like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. And you're like, yay, it's so wonderful. And it's not. Be mindful of those moments during this year where it's like, it's just wrong. I know it's wrong. And you're trying to talk yourself out of it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Listen to that intuition. Yeah, you might have to hang in there for a bit before you can move on to a different place or, change things up. Of course, always keep yourself safe. Always keep yourself, secure. But listen to that intuition, because somebody for some reason is going to want you not to. And that's going to cause you a lot of agita, as you move further into that energy. All right, so let's see what Spirit has to say. We have here the flicker. This is our subconscious spirit message. And it says, new rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt. New energy is coming in. This is going to be a year where it's like, oh, well, let's go with this flow, or let's do this, or what about this, or questioning that. And so doors open. So just be very aware of this, where it's like, I go with the flow. Like, I want to see where this energy takes me. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra energy. And this is relationships, right over the Hierophant. So, hey, I like that energy if you are looking for a relationship. Even like friendships, it doesn't have to be romantic relationships, but it is a strengthening of relationships. This is the sacral chakra. It is, love, it is connection. You are going to see, if you want it, and now believe me, I am so easily able to become like Emily Dickinson and just like not leave your house type of energy. So here, if you want it, the energy of relationships and connections with people is just a beautiful thing. And you can also be refinding after, everything that happened with the world and everything that became scary. You can find that you're like, oh, I need people again. Like, it's time. The healing has settled, and I can come out of fear or darkness or doubt. And it moves us then to the energy to be mindful of, secrets. Okay, this is the Death card. This is Scorpio energy. Time frame is October 23rd to November 21st. I know a lot of people get spooked out by the death card. It's actually one of the most positive cards in the tarot. But when it comes up in a place where it's like, hey, be mindful of this, it's be mindful of secrets, be mindful of the shadows, be mindful of somebody keeping things in the dark and, keeping you in the dark. But it can also be mindful of your own secrets that you're keeping. Be mindful of not being true and authentic and, positive with yourself as well. So just be aware of this. Be mindful of secrets. And also, Gemini, even though we are fantastic talkers, we are fantastic communicators, we can be the life of the party, we're also really good at secrets. All right? So be mindful of your own secrets during this time, okay? And any sort of darkness or, fears or doubts that you are holding on to. If you need to talk to somebody, talk to somebody. Give yourself that grace. If you need, to release, do so. Like, you might be like, well, who can I trust? Where can I go? You can always contact me if you want to. We can always do a reading, but also you can always contact, like I have helplines in the description box if you need that. If you don't know who to talk to and you don't feel like you can trust anybody, contacting a helpline can sometimes be freeing because you don't have to care what that person thinks, right? You can just release what's bothering you or what's overwhelming. And that can be a really good thing. And if the helplines that I have linked don't work for you because it's out of where you are, look for where you are. A simple Google search can be very, 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 powerful. And it moves us then to our subconscious tarot energy. And this is the Wheel of Fortune. We're entering into a new season. Excuse me. This is a new time. And we're going to be seeing ourselves and we're going to be seeing things very differently. We enter into a new season of ourselves. We're entering into a new time in our lives, which can be scary and overwhelming, which can be beautiful and powerful. And we are going to see ourselves moving forward in a way that we hadn't expected. And yet that shows us where we really need to be. It's like, oh, I was scared to get here. I was scared for this change to come in. But it's wonderful. It's so much more than I ever imagined it could be. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. It is fantastic being back. I hope you like The Runner. It was my great-grandmother's. So that was such a treat to put in this sacred space for us. So now let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of ourselves, of this time, and of this new year. So take a deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and harmony, Gemini. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed year of the Wood Snake.